morning and welcome to the ABC News. I am Nurul Binti Muda, your anchor for today's morning news. Water disruption in Selangor are increasingly becoming a problem of leaving millions of households high and dry for several days to even a week with notice issues only at the last minute, causing inconvenience to the business and industry reliant on supply water steady. Yesterday, there are reports that the public took initiative to voice their frustration over unscheduled last-minute notice of water supply cuts in parts of Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. Officials said the disruption was caused by water pollution emanating from a factory, with the water supply expected to be restored only after 4 days or more. This created a controversy of the citizens as the same issues has happened again and again. Now let's move to the interview of one of the citizens, Ms. Shazwani, to talk about the impact of this incident.
We were so surprised because we haven't received any notice of water supply disruptions. We hadn't prepared for another water shortage this week, and we only depend on the scheme Air Percuma and our water tank. During these hard times, of course, water aid will be sent to the critical premises such as hospital and dialysis centers only. I had a big family and the water ran out quickly since there were so many of us. They used the majority of the water, so I cannot really use it for nothing else. This is not the first time we experience these problems. Until when do we have to carry this burden? Where is the authority responsible for dealing with this case? Our government does not take any long-term measures with structural and sustainable plans. In addition, we had to face similar difficulties during the movement's control or the MCO. We all know that among the standard operating procedures (SOP) during the spread of this epidemic is we need to maintain personal hygiene by washing our hands regularly. But how? How is one going to do it without water? We cannot move from one place to another place to search for clean water. I felt very disappointed for what had happened.
Thank you, Ms. Shazwani, for the interview. Now let's invite Ms. Wani, President of Sahabat Alam Malaysia, to talk about the effect of water pollution to the environment.
We share your concerns with the regular water supply outages caused by irresponsible river pollutions, which is the sources of raw water for our water treatment plants. When pollution produces an algal blooms in the lake or a marine environment, the newly supplied nutrients stimulate plant and algae productions. It will lowering the oxygen levels in the water. Eutrophications or lack of oxygen suffocates plants and animals can result in the dead zones or areas of water that are particularly devoid of life. So in addition, waterways are also polluted by chemicals and heavy metals from industrials and municipal effluents. These pollutants are harmful to aquatic life and human bodies, resulting in a shorter lifespan for most organisms. So other than that, biodiversity and aquatic habitats are disappearing. Humans are also damaged and changes in the food chain. And disease contracted from drinking or using polluted water. I totally agree that we are exposed to diseases such as cholera, hepatitis A, and dysentery because lack of clean water supply.
Now let's invite YB Adriana Filza Binti Daud to give her opinion about this incident, about how it gives negative impact to the economy and how to solve this problem.
First of all, thank you to ABC News for inviting me to speak out about the serious issue that Selangor residents face, which is the water crisis all around Selangor that is caused by water pollution at Sungai Gung. We are very sorry and concerned towards many residents in Selangor who were affected by this situation. We have identified certain areas which is the source of the pollution, but it is all in factory areas. The pattern of this situation is it always happens at late night or weekends, and I believe the criminals are committing crimes at these times when surveillance is at its lowest. because river areas are not being watched all the time. These crimes always are done late at night, early morning, or on weekends. Also, we are working really hard to ensure these criminals are punished, and we will not compromise when it comes to punishing them. We only hope that as the ministry, we will be able to take action effectively against these criminals. Other than that, we expected water supply to be restored within 24 hours in Selangor, as many consumers were hit by water cuts after Air Selangor announced that water supply to 686 areas were affected. In the meantime, we are expecting the 4 water treatment plants to resume operation in another 1 or 2 hours and thereby restore the water supply for about 5 million consumers in 24 hours. For your information, we currently have an early warning system at our water treatment plants for pollution to ensure operations are halted immediately when pollution is detected. About the long-term plan, we are also working on ensuring there are alternatives with water that would last at least for a few hours while the problem is being resolved. Even if the pollution prolongs, there will be some water so that the residents could prepare before the water cuts. In economic perspective, we recommend companies across industrial sectors, including textiles, food and beverage, and manufacturing, are required to regularly measure and monitor their water discharge, where the obligations to act are not only ethical, but also legal and financial. With this, we hope companies will stop underestimating the economic, ecological, and health implications of water pollution. The economic imperatives are clear. By monitoring their water impacts, companies can begin to manage associated risks involving regulation, reputation, and potential litigation. Thank you.
Thank you, Webinar Adriana Filza Binti Daud, for your opinion. Next, let's see one of the viral video in social media that speak about how the issues can be addressed under SDGs.
Hello everyone! How to address water pollution under SDG? What is SDG? SDG is Sustainable Development Goal, which have 70 goals in total. We always hear water pollution on the news, and mostly it caused by industry. There are 5 goals that related to water pollution, such as Goal 3, Good Health and Well-being, Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, Goal 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, Goal 15, Life on Land. So the main goal that related to water pollution is Goal 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. In this goal, there are several targets that can be related to water pollution. Target 6.1, Safe and Affordable Drinking Water. To achieve universal and equitable access to safe and drinking water for all by 2030. This target has indicated 6.3.1, which is a proportion of domestic and industrial wastewater flow are safely treated. Target 6.3, Improve water quality, wastewater treatment, and safe reuse. Target 6.5, Implement integrated water resources management. Target 6.6, Protect and restore water-related ecosystem. For further information, you can access the website below.
That's all for today morning news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Audio Jungle.